Shalom and welcome to our 24th annual Feast of Tabernacles. This is part 100 of Preparing for Rulership.
In false religion, see, you have to die to enjoy that heaven. In the kingdom of Yahweh, you have to live to enjoy his heaven. For Yahweh is God of the living and not of the dead. You have to live to enjoy Yahweh's heaven. And I'm teaching you the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of Yahweh is heaven. So if you're ready for heaven, you want to live a heavenly life, come to Yahweh. Glory to Yahweh. Anybody who creates heaven already has heaven. Anyone that creates heaven, heaven is his. It's already his. It'd be kind of dumb for him to create it and not enjoy it. He earned his heaven by creating it. What have you earned? The one that created it has made a place for you in his heaven. It's Yahweh's heaven. It's Yahweh's kingdom. It's the kingdom of Yahweh. And you are blessed to be chosen to be a part of Yahweh's kingdom. There are millions of people on the earth that are jealous of Yahweh's mother plane. But then that's tough. He created it for him to ride in. And it doesn't matter who's jealous, that's not going to get them on it. You might taste some of what comes out of it, but you sure won't get on it because you're jealous. It belongs to Yahweh. He created the mother plane. It's his creation. And he ride on it who he wants to. He keep off of it who he wants to keep off. He lets see it who he wants to let see it. And he keep out of view of all he wants to keep out of view of. Glory. It's Yahweh's kingdom. Don't ever forget that. Don't be stupid enough to ever get jealous of Yahweh in his kingdom. In any way, shape, form, or fashion. How many have to admit the dumbest thing in the world to do is get jealous of Yahweh in his kingdom? Yahweh gave you your breath. Yahweh gave you your very life. You didn't even have to get here. I don't know about you, but I'm grateful for my life. And I thank Yahweh for it. Matthew 6. (19 and 20). Read.
Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth. The moth and the rust is where your dollars become worth less and less each day through inflation and taxation at the hands of the greedy rulers and bankers and politicians. And where the thieves, who are the thieves? The bankers and the Federal Reserve System. They break through into your savings account and steal your wealth through inflation. So you can see it's better to lay up your treasures in Yahweh's kingdom, where no enemy can break through and steal from you. Hallelujah, Yahweh. That's what the kingdom of Yahweh is all about. How is life among the believers in Yahweh? Acts 2:44. Acts chapter 2, verse 44 through 47. Read.
And all that believed were together, and had all things common, and sold their possessions and goods, and parted them to all men, as every man had need. And they, continuing daily with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from house to house, did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart, praising Yahweh, and having favor with all the people. And the Lord Yahweh added to the nation of Yahweh daily such as should be saved.
That's the way life is among the believers in Yahweh. All of us that believe have all things in common. We come together, and it's a growing process. It's something we learn to do. And you should not do it until Yahweh put it in your heart to do it. But when Yahweh puts it in your heart to come together and to live together as one, then you inherit all that we have as a part of us. The wealth you see in our possession belongs to all of us. False leaders want all the wealth they can get in their name, and they have it so. So-called leaders of all organizations have wealth in their name, while the white man is busy destroying his own middle class who have money. Yahweh is raising us up from no class to be high above all nations on the earth. And this wealth is coming not from those who sit on the sideline with lips saying, I believe. It is coming from those of us who take an active role, an active part on a day-to-day basis. Those of us who have given up the white man's world and his materialism, seeking first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness. And we leave it up to Yahweh to do whatever he wants to do. It just so happens that he said in his holy word, seek ye first my kingdom. Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first my kingdom, and then I will add all these things to you. But let's put first things first. Put the kingdom of Yahweh first. And then all the wealth you've been hustling for will suddenly be yours. Read.
But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you.
Don't think about in the next verse what you're going to get for tomorrow. For tomorrow will take care of itself. There's enough evil for you to get rid of today. And if you get rid of the evil that has been put into your mind today, that's how tomorrow will take care of itself. Because then you will have shifted from evil thinking, individualism, how I can get something for me, myself, and I, how everything can be mine and later for everybody else. Seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh. We don't need to join nothing corrupt. Because he said all, not some of these things, some of these things, all these things shall be added to us anyway. Back to Acts 2. All that believe are together. And all that come to believe will come to be together. There is no freedom outside of Yahweh. I hold the keys to absolute freedom to you, my people, in the hells of North America. No other man has ever held the keys. If they had the key, they died and had it in their hand when they died. They didn't give it to nobody. It must have been invisible because nobody picked it up and set you free. Glory for the truth. Yahweh is our only freedom. We don't have to ask the white man to give us no states. The whole world belongs to Yahweh. He's king over all the earth. And he gave us our own particular capital city forever. Presently called Jerusalem, and we're going to rename that. City of Yahweh. Yahweh City. City of Yahweh. That's the name of it. Yahweh is here. Where is that? Ezekiel 48, 35. Turn to Ezekiel 48, 35. Read.
It was round about 18,000 measures, and the name of the city from that day shall be, the Lord Yahweh is there.
That's the name of the city, Yahweh. Yahweh. It's presently called the city of peace, Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Presently called the city of peace, Jerusalem. Shalom, Jerusalem. That's the real name, Jerusalem. But we're changing that. It's written that I will change it. I've set it in motion already because it's in your mind. What's the name of the city? Yahweh. Yahweh. Can't nobody change it now. It's finished. It's already over. The only way it can remain Jerusalem is you didn't know it. If you didn't know this word here. Now you know it, and all the children know it. What's the name of our holy city to be? Yahweh. Yahweh. Even our babies know that. So it's over. Who can make us change it? Can nobody change it. See, even the name of our capital city is in honor of our Father, Yahweh. And Jerusalem is geographically in the center of the earth.
Ezekiel 5:5.
Ezekiel 5:5?
Yes, sir.
It tells us that?
Yes, sir.
Whew. Look at this book talk. Our city is in the middle of all the nations on the earth. Read.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her.
So Yahweh is the center. The city of Yahweh is the center. That means the families of Egypt and all their religions will have to bow to the center. Yahweh got to bow. They got to give up what they're doing and bow to the center. Now does everybody understand why all nations have been fighting over our city and our land? Because they know that's why it's called the Holy Land. Yahweh set it in the middle. Everything has to revolve around Yahweh. All nations have to march around Yahweh. That's why they have a black stone over there in Mecca called the Kaaba. March around it 7 times. Kiss it. That's why they have to do it. It's in honor of us. We are the black stone. Judah. We are that stone that the building rejected. If they were the stone, they wouldn't march around no physical stone. They would be the stone, and we all would have to march around them, bow down and kiss them. But they are marching around a physical stone because the stone is still rejected. And by us coming up and return home, then they're going to have to march around us, bow down and kiss us, kiss our feet. Yeah, 7 times. That perfect number is the 7,000th year. Why they was given 6,000. The end of his rulership, we come into power. We on our way, don't you see? Who can do anything about it? I'm revealing the truth now. Praise Yahweh. Some may not like it, but there's nothing you can do about it. All that believe, that's where life is among the believers in Yahweh. And then when Yahweh touch your heart, sell your possessions. Hold on to them until Yahweh tell you. If you think of salvation in it, hold it. Hold it. You don't have to sell it to come here or be a part of Yahweh. Hold it. But when Yahweh touch your heart and you believe, you will sell it. And you'll sell your goods and you'll bring it all to Yahweh and put it in the common pot, and we'll all enjoy it. See, but look what you gain. You can only bring a little bit to the pot. When you come and put what you have in our pot, you gain the pot. You gain what you brought, plus you gain what all of us have put in the pot. It's all yours. But long as you hold on to what's yours, then you can't enjoy what's in our pot. You just have to look at our pot grow. Watch our pot grow, because our pot is growing. How many can see our pot is growing? Praise Yahweh. Our pot is getting fatter and fatter and bigger and wider and wider and taller, deeper and deeper. And your little possessions are getting tougher and tougher to hold on to. Yes, it is now. Yes, it is. It's getting tougher and tougher to pay your light bill. Food for you is getting higher and higher. Your insurance is going up and up and away. Huh? The cost of living is going on and on and on up. Your worries are increasing. They give you a raise, but it never beats inflation. So your headaches are getting more difficult to get rid of. An aspirin a day will not make your headache go away. So after a while, you're either going to lose what you're trying to hold on to as an individual, or while you still have a chance, you'll sell that junk while you got a chance and grab off what little bit they give you and come running and throw what you have in the pot. And as long as I have a bowl of soup, you may have half of my bowl. And my bowl is bigger than yours. I have a huge bowl. My bowl is so big that all of my people in America can come and eat out of it and be full, and it look like nothing left in my bowl. And you come and eat out of my bowl to the full. And you don't have to feel guilty about eating out of my bowl, because you work to put something in the bowl. We all work to put something in our bowl. So then you don't have to feel guilty. You eat to the full. And Yahweh keeps the bowl full. Cup just keep running over. But when you're not in the kingdom of Yahweh, then you got to hustle to eat. You got to run games on folk to eat. If you don't have a job, you bumming off of somebody. That means you don't have no pride. Huh? See, when you're bumming, you don't have no pride. You a bum? We don't even want bums in here. Because a bum takes up too much of our time trying to keep you from being one. See, we have to work. We have to put 2 or 3 people to work just watching you to make you work. Talking about a bum. But all of us that believe, see, we just believe in working too. We're not trying to get something out of nothing. We make things happen. Praise Yahweh. We make it happen. Glory. Praise Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. All that believe. You do like I did. I gave it up. I had more than you trying to hustle again. Praise Yahweh. Yahweh said when you give it all up, none of you will lack anything. Every day we will be glad. Break bread from house to house. We're going this summer breaking bread from house to house, temple to temple. We're going to eat our meat with gladness. He said he gave us vegetables and the fruit of the tree for meat. That's what he said. That's in Genesis. He said he gave us herbs and things for our meat. Huh? Let's go to Genesis 1:29, see what it was. He said he gave us. So I'm going to do just what he said now. Don't be looking for no cheeseburger from McDonald's, because I'm not going to be buying any. No Burger King. No cheeseburger from Burger King. I'm not going to do it. What did he say would be our meat in Genesis what?
129.
129. Read.
And Yahweh said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat.
Yahweh just gave us our menu and our diet. And I am going to live by it. How many are going to be living by it? Gonna live by it. Because who said it? Back to Acts 2:46. We're going to be eating our meat with gladness because we believe. Won't be no sadness among us. We're going to do what Yahweh said do and be glad about it. And we'll have a single heart about it all, one mind. When one eat lettuce, everybody be eating lettuce. No specialties. Everybody be treated alike. When we eat cabbage, everybody will be eating cabbage. Nobody be hollering, I don't like no cabbage. That might be what you have that whole day. And by the time you be walking around in Yahweh's kingdom, you will love cabbage. You told your mama you didn't like cabbage, but you're going to like what Yahweh put in front of you. And be glad. Those that believe. Praising Yahweh. And having favor with some of the people. And Yahweh might add to our nation. Shall add. Acts chapter 4, verse 32. Read.
And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart and of one soul. Neither said any of them that aught of the things which he possessed was his own, but they had all things common.
Verse 34. Read.
Neither was there any among them that lacked, for as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold.
And did what in the next verse?
And laid them down at the apostles' feet, and distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
How many Hebrew Israelites in Yahweh's kingdom are having all of your needs satisfied? All of them. Food, clothing, shelter, health, everything. That's a living testimony. How many caught hell outside of Yahweh's kingdom? Just never could get the bills right. All who never could get your bills right, stand up. Just bills gave you a headache. Just worried. You had headaches all the time. And all who are free from those headaches in Yahweh's kingdom are working full time for Yahweh. You may be seated. Check that out. Look at that unanimous testimony. So life among the believers in Yahweh is already becoming heaven. We're blessed beyond our dreams as we obey the words of Yahweh. Our success is Yahweh. And the world wants me to join them. Give up Yahweh and join them in money. This book says money shall fail. Where? Genesis what? 47:15. Even your money shall fail. How can I leave Yahweh out for money when he said if I hold on to him, he'll make me rich? Read.
And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth.
Where is Egypt today? Right here in America. There are those who don't believe it's going to fail. You have to be crazy to see that it has not already failed. You say, well, it's going on, everything is going all right. No, it isn't. And it's only going to get worse. How can things be going all right when you used to buy bread for a nickel? And it now costs you $1.39 a loaf. How can it be better? How can things be better when you used to pay 15 cents for a gallon of gas? I remember when gas was 15 cents a gallon. And now you pay $1.15 to $1.50. for the same gas. What do you mean things are better? Praise Yahweh. How can things be better when a house that used to sell for $5,000 is now selling for $55,000? What do you mean things are getting better? We are blessed beyond our wildest dreams. We suffer because we're caught up in the white man's materialism.
This concludes part 100 of Preparing